电机组技术保持国际同步，光伏发电引领全球技术发展。在减碳贡献方面，2023年，中国单位 GDP 可再生能源发电装机约846瓦每万美元，可再生能源发电量相当于直接减少碳排放约24.7亿吨，为全球减碳做出积极贡献。
With regards to power generation in 2023, the annual power generation of renewable energy in China was 2,950 terawatt-hours, accounting for about 1/3 of the total electricity consumption of the whole society. And the renewable energy power generation per capita hit 2,000 kilowatt-hours. As for the technology, at present, China is capable of manufacturing the world's largest 1 gigawatt hydropower turbine. China's onshore low-speed wind power technology is among world's top class, while offshore large-capacity wind turbine technology keeping pace with the international competitors. Moreover, China's solar PV power generation technology has been leading the world. In terms of carbon emission reduction, in 2023, China's installed capacity of renewable energy per unit of GDP was about 846 watts per $10,000, and renewable energy power generation was equivalent to a direct reduction of carbon emissions of about 2.47 billion tons, a strong driving force for the global carbon emission reduction.
各位嘉宾、各位代表，应对气候变化和保障能源安全是当前突出的全球性挑战，需要国际社会合力应对。中国始终以实际行动承担大国责任，积极参与全球气候治理进程。我们愿与国际社会一道，以更大力度推动可再生能源高质量发展，支持中国可再生能源企业与世界各国开展贸易往来、技术交流、经验分享等合作，携手共同应对气候变化。谢谢。
Distinguished guests and delegates, at present, addressing climate change and ensuring energy security are prominent global challenges, which require the joint efforts of the international community. China has always assumed the responsibility of a major country through concrete actions and actively participated in the global climate governance. We are willing to work with the international community to promote the high-quality development of renewable energy with greater effort and support the exchange and sharing between Chinese renewable energy enterprises and other countries in trade, technology, and experience so as to fight against climate change together. Thank you.
Thank you, China. Now we give the floor to Belgium.
Thank you. Excellencies, Director General, distinguished colleagues, honorable delegates, I would like to thank the United Arab Emirates for organizing COP28 and welcome the adoption of the UAE consensus. Indeed, COP28 showed the motivation to move forward the energy transition, particularly with the renewable energy pledge. These commitments are essential to hold us accountable, but we must move from ambition to implementation. And I also thank Irena for the opportunity to come together and exchange expertise and insight as we transition to a renewable, affordable, and secure energy system. Belgium recognizes that renewable energy offers us a path to reducing dependence as part of a differentiated energy mix. Yes, as a small, densely populated country with large industrial clusters and limited capacity for renewable energy deployment, we also understand the critical importance for international collaboration in ensuring energy security. For Belgium, openness isn't a sign of naivety, but a prerequisite for resilience. During the peak of the energy crisis, Belgium embraced its role as an import hub and transit country for energy resources, ensuring the smooth flow of energy to and from our trust partners across Europe and beyond. We safeguard energy flows between our neighbor countries and to the broader European market, playing a pivotal role in maintaining stability amidst uncertainty. Looking ahead, Belgium remains committed to these collaborative efforts. Our harbors will increasingly serve as gateway for energy imports, including hydrogen and its derivatives. By supporting initiatives like the Hydrogen Global Foundation, Belgium contributes to shaping a sustainable energy future for Europe and beyond. Belgium is also committed to fostering offshore wind as a secure and reliable source of renewable energy for its wider neighborhood. To help realize our ambitious plan to nearly triple our offshore wind capacity by 2030 and help bring over 300 gigawatt offshore wind capacity to shore by 2050. In conclusion, Belgium stands ready to continue its collaborative efforts in addressing the energy challenges today and tomorrow through international solidarity and cooperation, including at IRENA. We can build a more resilient and sustainable energy future for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Belgium. Now we give the floor to Paraguay.
Señor presidente, la República del Paraguay reafirma su apoyo al rol de IRENA como agencia intergubernamental que galvaniza los esfuerzos políticos, técnicos y financieros para avanzar en la transición energética, requisito ineludible en la lucha contra el cambio climático. Destacamos la labor llevada adelante por el director general Francesco Lacamera para el fortalecimiento de la agencia y la excelente organización de la Asamblea a pesar de los eventos climáticos. Agradecemos también al país anfitrión, Emiratos Árabes Unidos, por su compromiso con IRENA y su hospitalidad. Felicitamos a Ruanda por su elección a presidir la Asamblea, así como a Angola, República Dominicana, Georgia e Irak por las. Quiero resaltar que en el Paraguay la totalidad de la energía eléctrica proviene de un 100% de fuentes renovables, producida a través de las centrales hidroeléctricas Acaraí, Itaipú y Yacyretá. Nos sentimos muy orgullosos de decir que somos los mayores productores per cápita y los mayores exportadores de energía limpia y renovable en el mundo, lo que implica además que contamos con un considerable excedente energético y el 71% de la generación bruta de electricidad es destinada a la exportación. Impulsar una transición energética hacia una matriz sostenible con un consumo acorde a la generación de energía es uno de los principales compromisos en el marco de los Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible. El principal reto es el de aprovechar de mejor manera los excedentes de energía generados por la hidroelectricidad y fortalecer el uso sostenible de los recursos de biomasa. Paraguay, como país en desarrollo sin litoral, reconoce que la transición energética es un cambio de paradigma, un cambio en la forma en que producimos, distribuimos y consumimos energía. Con la incorporación de la movilidad eléctrica que está en curso, Paraguay se beneficiará en términos de reducción de dióxido de carbono del sector de transporte, que vendría acompañada de una mayor utilización de energía eléctrica limpia a nivel nacional. Adicionalmente, para el Paraguay sería recomendable transitar hacia la utilización de hidrógeno verde como vector energético en el transporte de larga distancia, ya que las características de nuestros recursos naturales y producción energética en el país pueden favorecer su implementación. Entendemos que los grandes excedentes de electricidad con tarifas competitivas y la abundancia de recursos hídricos viabilizan la producción de hidrógeno verde a gran escala. Esto claramente representa oportunidades para la inversión e iniciativas como la Plataforma de Inversión Climática de IRENA, que puede jugar un papel protagónico. Una transición a fuentes energéticas de producción local, desarrolladas con criterios de sostenibilidad, podría permitir al país optimizar su matriz energética para consolidar la seguridad energética no solo en el país, sino también en nuestra región. La Política Energética Nacional 2040 tiene la visión estratégica de atender las necesidades de energía de la población y de todos los sectores productivos, con criterios de calidad, responsabilidad socioambiental y eficiencia, y convierta la energía en el factor de crecimiento económico, desarrollo industrial y de progreso social en el marco de la integración regional. Resaltamos que para la política energética paraguaya, IRENA tiene una gran relevancia. Consideramos estratégico avanzar en oportunidades de asociación en materia energética, en particular en materia de atracción de inversiones, promoción e intercambio de experiencias y transferencia de tecnología, con la finalidad de coadyuvar a la ejecución de esa política. Señor presidente, para concluir, Paraguay confirma una vez más su vocación para continuar desarrollando un trabajo constructivo con IRENA y los Estados miembros para el cumplimiento de los objetivos compartidos por todos en materia energética. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Paraguay. I now give the floor to Mozambique.
Excellencies, and sincere thanks for the occasion, taking into account the current global momentum and the focus, especially in light of the imperative to take action on the implement of the outcomes of the COP28. Excellencies, Mozambique is highly vulnerable to impacts of climate change. In 2019, for instance, the country experienced 2 consecutive cyclones, which resulted in economic losses and damages estimated at $3.2 billion. For this reason, Mozambique is committed to the global decarbonization process, as we have a favorable low-carbon energy potential that places the country in a unique position to support global energy transition. Further, we have developed some important tools, such as Renewable Energy Atlas, renewable policies and strategy, including the regulatory framework, worked with IRENA's support. Ladies and gentlemen, during the COP28, we presented the Energy Transition Strategy 2024 to 2050, which comprises of four main pillars: modern energy system based on renewable sources, green industrialization, universal access to modern energy, adoption of clean energy for transport at the estimated cost of 80 billions of dollars, including the implementation of and acceleration of large-scale renewable energy projects, hydro, solar, and wind. The strategy also recommends a green hydrogen strategy to ensure the energy transition to carbon net zero by 2050. Excellencies, despite the achievements, we are still far to reach the universal access within the time frame established by the UN. The country is huge. Access to finance, including green funds, is a challenge. Needs of capacity building still a bottleneck, just to mention some. The paradox of being rich of energy resources and low access to modern energy to electrify and industrialize the country represents a no-go. Then a just energy transition is a must for the country like ours. On the other hand, the challenge of sustainable use of biomass remains a big issue to address, with severe impact for the targets of the COP28 of our energy transition and all other national, regional, and international instruments related to the climate change mitigation and adaptation. For all these efforts, we recognize the role of international cooperation and invite the investors and stakeholders to engage with Mozambique in a renewable energy project, as well as we appreciate the very good cooperation relations between Mozambique and IRENA, which are contributing for the transformation of the Mozambican energy prospectus. I thank you.
Thank you, Mozambique. I will now hand over to the Assembly Vice President Angola, represented by His Excellency Mr. João Borges, Minister for Energy and Waters, to continue presiding this afternoon. He is the ambassador.
Good afternoon. Just to make some clarify, I'm in half of the Minister of Energy and Water of Angola. He who travel right now because some urgent situation to attend. Myself, I am the Ambassador of Angola in UAE and the representative in Iran. Thank you. So, I will give now the floor of Georgia, please.
Your Excellency and ladies and gentlemen, distinguished colleagues, it's an honor for me to address the 14th session of the Assembly of the International Renewable Energy Agency on behalf of the Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development of Georgia. This gathering provide us with valuable opportunities and to discuss the global transition renewable energy, which is a subject of immense importance for all. As we gather here and today, it's clear that the shift towards a sustainable and resilient energy system, it's crucial for our collective and future. Despite and facing and various and challenges, we remain and committed to addressing sustainable energy development with determination and forward and thinking. First of all, most foremost, and I would like to extend my gratitude to IRENA for their excellent cooperation. Their partnership has been in the implementation in our journey towards sustainable energy development. As we stand and today, and Georgia has the estimate and privilege of serving as a vice chair at IRENA and 14th Assembly. Since October and of 2023, and we have actively engaged in the cooperation with IRENA on as a project consisting of these three main areas: renewable energy assessment and resource assessment and NDC and NECP alignment. This partnership entails and consultation meeting aims at the fostering active and participation for all stakeholders. Their session and focus on the discussing these issues and paper with dedicated segment at addressing resource assessment and NDC and NECP alignment. Our focus extends and beyond and simply using and renewable energy sources. We understand the importance of the integrated energy efficiency, renewable energy and policy development to create a sustainable energy ecosystem. This requires effective resource management, significant investment, and strong cooperation among stakeholders and both local and international levels. As a renewable energy and country, and Georgia strategically and located at the interconnections of Europe and Asia, holds an advantage in both and learning from the contributing as the global energy and the practices. Our nation's and main policies is the maximum utilization of the all local renewable energy because we think it is in our security. Let me introduce the ongoing projects. We have more than 275 and renewable energy projects, including hydro, wind, and solar, and so on. Also, we have a new initiative about the green hydrogen. Already we prepared first draft of the green hydrogen strategy. As you are aware, and we have very ambitious target for 2030. That's why all renewable energy and practical implementation, it's a critical important for us. In conclude, I would like to thank to IRENA for excellent cooperation and also the members and for very interesting and cooperation and during this year. We hope the practical renewable energy cooperation will continue in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgia. I now give the floor to India.
Thank you, Excellency. It's an honor to attend the 14th Assembly of IRENA. I would also like to thank our host UAE for their gracious hospitality. In recent years, India has embarked on a transformative journey towards embracing renewable energy as cornerstone of our development agenda. Our approach towards achieving decarbonization is guided by
Hello and welcome back to Youngo TV. Today, we're diving into the financial heartbeat of COP28 with our segment on climate finance. Stay tuned as we explore high-level events shaping the financial landscape. First up, let's get a bird's-eye view into the high-level events shaping the climate finance landscape at COP28. We've got Irene to give us the details. Irene, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Elliot. Today is the COP28 Climate Finance Day. Why is this day important for youths? About 0.76% of philanthropy funding is allocated to climate justice work led by young people, and an equally negligible amount also goes to youth-led organizations. And reasons we sometimes get from funders include the fact that financial institutions always seek to minimize the risks for their investments and prefer investing in organizations with long and sound financial performances, relevant experiences, as well as political and economic stability and track record. It is, however, imperative that climate funds should be intentional about having specific and special provisions for youth-led initiatives. And let me take this opportunity to thank and appreciate the likes of the African Development Bank and Access Bank, to list a few, which are already thinking and acting in this direction to promote sustainable and youth-led initiatives. We would like to see more of institutions which support youth-led organizations while providing the necessary hand-holding support in form of trainings, in form of support, to scale their enterprises. In all these, the youth remain resilient while creating innovative and resilient initiatives which continue to solve major local and global climate challenges.
To address public concerns about climate-related health issues, we'll now turn to Jesse for more insights into how communities are responding. Jesse, what are people talking about when it comes to climate and health?
Good morning. This is Jessie reporting live from the heart of COP28. Today is a crucial day as we discuss the key theme, health and climate change. For the first time ever, this year's conference will feature health as a key theme. Health Day at COP28 has brought together a diverse group of experts, policymakers, and activists. We are here to delve deeper into solutions that are being proposed by global leaders to shed light on this complex issue.
Now moving on, our lens will focus on the vibrant pavilions, echoing with events addressing gender equality issues. And Jamie will unveil these highlights and pivotal discussions. Jamie, take it away.
We are celebrating Women and Gender Day at COP28 in Dubai. The unequal impact of climate change on marginalized groups and the importance of gender-responsive climate finance is widely acknowledged. Women and gender as a social consideration is on the official agenda in a few ways. Historically, the Lima Work Program on Gender was established in 2014 to advance gender balance and integrate gender into the work of the parties and the Secretariat. Last year's COP27 in Egypt saw the adoption of the Intermediate Review of the Implementation on the Gender Action Plan, or GAP, and the amendments to the GAP. Gender has continued to be discussed under informal consultations at this COP. There are draft conclusions, however, they are not agreed upon. In a meeting on December 2nd, debate ensued over possible guidance for next steps or future work. Delegates expressed concerns over how smaller delegations would find resources to participate in future work under the work program, proposed to be held immediately before or during SB 60 in Bonn. Today, the high-level in-session dialogue will focus on financing gender-responsive just transitions and climate action. Heavy hitters will be delivering remarks on the need for gender equity in the climate action sphere, including former United States Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Various pavilions are also hosting a range of events to highlight the critical nature of women and gender in the UNFCCC space. I had a chance to catch up with Olanike Obolanchi Duramola from Nigeria, who is the Executive Director on the Initiative for Sustainable Environment and a strong advocate for women. She hosted an event today in the feminist leadership on the Climate Action Pavilion at the context of displacement and migration at the Climate Mobility Pavilion. You can find women and gender events happening every day at the Women and Gender Constituency Pavilion in Zone B7, Building 90 on the top floor. Jamie Cummings reporting from the field. Thank you.
And of course, we can't forget the vibrant energy of youth engagements here at COP28 through the Youth Pavilion. Their voices, ideas, and initiatives are shaping the narrative of climate action. Vinay, what can you tell us on the highlights from the Youth Pavilion?
Thank you, Elitz. Several of the COP28 pavilions in the Blue Zone are curating events and engagements specifically tailored for youth. Here's an overview of youth events at some of these pavilions. In the Azerbaijan Pavilion, Impact of Climate Change on Children and Youth, Building Resilience through National Adaptation Plans will happen on December 8th. In the Canada Pavilion, there will be a track dedicated to youth empowerment on December 8th, focused on a wide range of areas such as art, education, energy, and collective action. In the Cuba Pavilion, there will be a dialogue between youth and the Cuban Minister of Environment on December 8th at 1 p.m. In the Egypt Pavilion, Julieta Romero, a young artist, will be creating a mural in the pavilion celebrating diverse collaborations that pave the way for a sustainable future. Once the mural is finished on December 5th, Julieta will open to conversations at 11:30 a.m. In the Germany Pavilion, the Latin America Youth Climate Scholarship will be hosting climate diplomacy youth leaders take the floor on December 8th at 10 a.m. In the Indonesia Pavilion, bolstering of youth climate action on Global North and Global South will take place on December 11th at 9 a.m. The pavilion will also be holding Indonesian youth actions on climate, creating a better future on December 11th at 10:30 a.m. In the Israel Pavilion, the Tiffany Project will conduct an event on December 8th at 11:30 a.m. called Seeds of Change. Female leadership meets the art of regeneration and healing of our children and the planet. In the Resilience Frontiers Pavilion, an Imaginers workshop will take place on December 6th at 12 p.m. Children's Cities and Climate Action Lab will take place on December 5th at 2 p.m. And a youth intergenerational dialogue and the futures of cities with Climate KIC will take place on December 6th at 2 p.m. In the Seychelles Pavilion, there will be a youth track on December 8th involving the Minister of Agriculture and Environment. Stay tuned for more updates regarding youth events and engagements at the pavilions. My name is Vinay Karthik and I'm reporting to you from Youngo TV.
Now delving into a comprehensive recap of Day 4 at COP28, highlighting key events, milestones, and takeaways from the conference. Let's hear from Lorenzo on what stood out to him today.
Good day, this is Lorenzo Sablay, still here in COP28 Dubai. Yesterday was the very first health day in the history of COP. This year, we are seeing a huge and continuously intensifying focus on this climate and health nexus. Climate change negatively impacts health and well-being in many aspects. Furthermore, healthcare systems are big emitters. We now see 123 countries also endorsing the COP28 UAE Declaration on Climate and Health, seeking to enhance cross-sectoral collaboration, reduce emissions in healthcare, and increase climate health financing. The COP28 presidency also pledged $1 billion in financing commitments for climate and health, including from the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, the Green Climate Fund, and the Rockefeller Foundation. This represents a major milestone to close the health financing gap and scale up climate health financing solutions. Medical and healthcare professionals also lobbied the COP28 open letter on fossil fuels from the medical and health community addressed to the COP28 presidency. In this letter, they stressed that the COP28 presidency